What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Once again, we're going to progress forward with everything that has now came to us on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Of course, on yesterday's video, we advanced through to level 55 and, you know, we made some big progress with the game, with the unlocking, essentially, of, if we can get to it, here we go, the Crown Jewel races. Today we're going to push forward with Crown Jewel Amethyst. Like we can see, a 13.5-mile sprint, $62,500 of rewards, but the cars are the important part of this sprint. Nissan GTR, Ford, or Nissan, Mercedes and Ford. And in particular, wanted to get into the Nissan GTR. We have now unlocked, or we have bought the Nissan GTR. Spent a little bit of time putting a bit of a livery on this, trying to replicate the Liberty Works livery for this. And typically, what we should expect with Solar Crown is we run out of space of available items we can add to the livery, so I couldn't actually complete it, and it really pissed me off, to be honest. So I gave up, threw on some of the stock Test Drive decals onto it, and yeah, we've got a livery now. Of course, we've upgraded this one up towards 850 RP. That is the max we can have for that race. Set up a tune, spent a little bit of time tuning this one out. Got a really good balance with the car. It's perhaps a little bit more focused to handling, cornering, largely what I think we really need to be doing with the game. But like we can see there, we do still have good speed within the car. So let's not waste any time today's video. Let's push forward. Let's get into the Crown Jewel Amethyst race with the GTR. We can see we have got another GTR, 4 GT, Mustangs. What else we got? The Mercedes GTR, an F-150 and a G-Wagon at the back of the pack as well there. But we do start first. We do get obviously a tremendous launch off the line with the GTR. Down into turn 1, turn 2, we unsettle the back end, you know, taking the curbs there, so maybe not getting the best of starts to the race, but we have pulled out a small gap from the rest of the pack. Coming up to this tight right, or this long right-hander here, we do know we quite enjoy this turn itself. The GTR handling well. Tight left-hander here, not wanting to overextend into those pillars specifically. Yeah, overall, we do have a good balance for the car, it does feel thus far. Trying to stay away from the curbs, we can see just how much it does unsettle the GTR suspension. I have went a little bit softer with the tune, the handling tune that I have kind of implemented onto this GTR, like you guys would have seen yesterday when I was using the Huracan. I've got that one really stiff, it's really planted to the ground, which is great until you catch a curb, and it does like to jump up on two wheels. The GTR here, I've softened down the shock absorption, and we can see it does actually sink itself into the corners a little bit more. The back end in particular, we can see is sinking a little bit more, and I do think it is balancing the car better for, of course, these longer races. Haven't really focused on the speed or acceleration. I've kind of left that neutral, maybe a slight change to the final drive ratios. But overall, it's a GTR. It's going to be fantastic offline. It's going to have good top end speed. So I didn't really feel like there was too much of a balancing act to do with the inputs for the gearbox ratios. But like we can see, overall the GTR so far, pulling away from the rest of the pack is AI, of course. We can read into that as much as we like. But the balance of the car has been fantastic. We've got a good gap here, and we can now push forward. We're already 20% of the way through this sprint. So much rambling from me so far. Let's focus in a little bit here on the racing. Nice tight right-hander here. A lot of lampposts, a lot of barriers. We know we're obviously going through the streets of Hong Kong here. Lampposts will be a common theme of today's race in particular. But like we can see, taking the first lamppost out there, taking a lot of these corners, the balance I have kind of implemented onto this GTR. The way the back end, we can see just there, slightly dips itself into the ground. It's almost like it's trying to keep putting the power down. Really quite happy with the balance that we've got set on this GTR. Now then, we've got a couple little tight sections up ahead, or just one last tight section rather. We've kind of spoke through most of those tight sections already. We can get the power down here, we can actually see what this GTR has got for us. Like we can here, they have captured the noise of the GTR fantastically well, as that corner came at us very quickly and we do make a little bit of a mess of it. But the audio note, the exhaust tune, that test drive I've captured here for the GTR, my opinion, is absolutely fantastic. Possibly one of the best sounding cars in the games. That might be an unpopular opinion, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Nice little tight section here. Another lamppost taken out in this race. Really need to start avoiding those lampposts. But once again, we are pulling away from the AI. Nice little tight section here. Don't want to overextend into those walls. I like this little track we've got here, this sprint race. Very good addition so far. Lots of tight corners, a nice shortcut here through the gas station, the petrol station, whatever it is, whether you're American or British, whatever it may be, guys. But we can now get the power down, we can actually see what this GTR has got to offer. 130, 145, 148, 150 in fourth gear. Fantastic. We do miss a shortcut through the gas station there, and that left-hander really caught me off guard right there. Really getting tied up with a tree in the middle of the road. That little tight left-hander there getting me really caught up. Once again, power down, tight right-hander at the bottom of the street just here. We don't want to outbrake ourselves. More importantly, we don't want to be taking out any more lampposts. Tight left. Once again, another tight right. Good balance with the car. More lefts and rights coming up. What a fantastic tight little section here. The GTR absolutely powering its way through it. What an absolute beast of a car this one truly is. Once again, the power down. Really want to see what this GTR's got to offer us. That last section there, just want to touch that once again. Tight left, tight right, throwing themselves in and out of those corners. The little bit of roll that we have left on the back end of the GTR. Fantastic for those slow cornering speed. Once again, another lamppost taken out. Once again, another shortcut through the gas station. Back end overtaking us slightly, so we've got a little bit ambitious coming out of that one. Tight left, tight right, tight left, power down, up towards the big solar roundabout that is up ahead here. So yeah, really concentrating on getting this car well balanced. I do think we have made a good job of balancing this one out. We could have been a little bit quicker through that section, approaching the roundabout section that we have got here, taking the inside rather than the outside line. Nice little tight section coming up. No, we're not. I'm at the wrong part of the track. I do apologise. Ignore that last part, guys. Now we come into a little bit of a more tight section. Once again, yet another lamppost taken out. I probably should have had a counter on today's video, just how many lampposts I do take out. Yeah, left-handed there. Mincing my words, guys. Power back down once again. What we can take a note of though, we are beasting away from the AI through this next checkpoint. What kind of a gap have we got? Just about 10 seconds. As we concentrate on that, we do overextend, we do just about miss that corner, managing just to save ourselves, but we can start to make progress. Once again, recapture the time we did just lose. Power down here, we do have a little bit of a tricky snaky section just here, trying to navigate the curbs and the barriers on either side of the road. Touching the brakes coming out of there, maybe getting a little bit lost on the track. But we're doing pretty good, I would say. Through this checkpoint, we're 6.7 seconds, so we did lose about 3 seconds with us almost missing that corner. But now we come over to the freeway section, we can really get the power down, we can really see what this GTR has to offer. A little bit of air coming off there, but we're about 170, 180 miles an hour. As we come up into this section, a tricky little right-hander there. Losing the back end, taking some air, and we really lose the back end of the GTR, and we do collide with that central reservation. But with a reset, we do come back out in first place. The AI haven't yet caught up with us. Through this checkpoint, we're down to 3 seconds, so the AI, you know, we've got to be cautious here. They could start to rein us in. Track starting, or the circuit starting to tighten up a little bit here, left hand into a right hand, and we can now see that AI is starting to close in on the GTR. So through this tight left, tight right, tight left up ahead here, we've really got to start tidying up to ensure that we do come away in first place with this one. As we come through the left-hander into a right-hander, avoiding that tree in particular. We know we've got a habit of taking out trees and lampposts. That AI Ennis in second place is really starting to catch the back end of the GTR here. We might be fighting to save first place in this race if we do not keep the rest of the race tidy, essentially. Unsettling the car through that left-hander, taking out the central greenery hasn't actually been all too bad, taking just a little bit of speed off there to keep us balanced. Power back down once again, left-hander up ahead. Outside we want to stay here, take the second half of the corner, so we're inside for the next couple of turns here, get the power down up the hill. The fantastic thing about that GTR, having really good torque, as we know we can pull ourselves up those hills with relatively little issue, unlike yesterday's video with the Huracan. When we do hit those hills, we do start to lag behind the rest of the pack. The GTR having sensational levels of torque, really pulling us up the hill. What else I want to pick out here with that GTR? The flames that are kicking out the back of that exhaust. What a tremendous visual. I was going to swear, apologies. What a tremendous visual that is actually giving us, the flames kicking out the back of the GTR. Coming down, a little bit of a snaking section here, right-hander, we come downhill into a left-hander. We have now got two AIs catching the back of the GTR. We really need to get the power down, we really need to have some clean racing to finish off this track, to finish off this sprint, to ensure that we do take out first place. The AI really are starting to close in. Getting the power down here, right-hander up ahead, want to be nice and tidy as we do lose a couple of frames. Once again, power back down out the corner, the AI fighting with each other on that corner just behind. Hopefully they're tangling up and they don't cause us too much of an issue. Coming up into this checkpoint, what gap have we got to the AI? Just under 2 seconds, a second and a half. So we've really got to be clean here. We're not far from the line. Tight right-hander, power down, cross that line, and we can see that AI are right on the back end of us. GTR second place. In fact, I think the GTR might even have been third place unless that Mercedes did get tangled up. But we do come away with the first place win. We do complete out the Crown Jewel Amethyst race. First place with the Nissan GTR. Very impressed overall with the GTR. What a surprise. A fantastic, sensational car. Very let down with the lack of liveries I could add to this one. Lack of decals I could add to this livery. I really wanted to rebuild the Liberty Works race decal. You know, it is obviously quite popular, quite well known. So very disappointed I couldn't finish replicating that one out. It is one of the few cars I have tried to put a livery on. So perhaps, obviously, Test Drive don't want us putting our own liveries on the cars. It is very disappointing, but nonetheless, let's not focus in on that. Let's focus in on the racing, the GTR. Absolutely fantastic for that sprint. That is another one I'm actually going to go back and do 5, 6, maybe even 10 times, try and get as fast as I can on that one. Thoroughly enjoyed using the Nissan GTR, thoroughly enjoyed that sprint itself. Let me know what car you guys did choose for the Crown Jewel Amethyst race in particular. Be interesting to know, did you all go with the Nissan GTR? Was it a 4GT, Mustang? Hell, did you try it in an F-150, guys? Let me know in the comment section. It'd be fantastic to see what you guys are also using, and perhaps what time you guys did set on Crown Jewel Amethyst. I do hope you have enjoyed today's video all around the Crown Jewel Amethyst race in the Nissan GTR. I personally was very impressed with this car. I hope you guys have managed to experience using this one in a couple of races. Before you leave today, guys, as always, please like, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Tune in tomorrow for the next update on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.